blinking. No warning, no weird noise, just sudden overheating. He barely made it to a gas station before his engine started steaming. Turns out, a single clogged radiator fin had snowballed into a full-blown coolant failure. A $12 mistake cost him over $700 in repairs. So if you want your cooling system to last forever, do this. Step by step. Step number 1. Clean your radiator fins regularly. Your radiator works like your bike's lungs. It breathes in cool air and exhales engine heat. But if it's covered in dirt, bugs, or road grime, it can't do its job. That's exactly what happened to Alex. Most riders never touch their radiator until it's too late. All it takes is a quick spray of water and a soft brush after every few long rides. Never blast it with high-pressure water. Those fins are delicate. Just like a clogged nose, blocked fins stop airflow, and suddenly your cooling system is choking. Number 2. Use the right coolant mix and change it. Often don't just top off your coolant with tap water or whatever green liquid you find. The wrong mix causes corrosion and kills your system from the inside. Always use a 50-50 mix of distilled water and motorcycle-specific coolant, especially ones with anti-corrosion agents. And here's what most people skip. Change that mix every 1 to 2 years. Old coolant breaks down and can actually become acidic. Mechanics report that a huge percentage of overheating cases come from neglected or contaminated fluid. A proper coolant flush is one of the cheapest ways to prevent a $1,000 engine rebuild. Number 3. Never ignore the reservoir tank. Everyone checks their radiator cap, but what about the reservoir? That plastic tank isn't just an overflow bucket. It's your system's pressure regulator. If the coolant in there drops too low, your bike can't breathe properly. And if it's overfilled, it can overflow under heat and cause a mess under your tires. Before each long ride, make sure the level is between the min and max marks. A cracked or cloudy reservoir also needs replacing. It can hide leaks or steam buildup, which leads to major cooling system failure. Number 4. Don't let debris build around the engine. Heat doesn't just leave through the radiator. It vents out of your whole engine area. But if mud, plastic bags, or dead leaves are caught in your fairings or engine guard, they block that airflow. Riders who live in rural or urban areas often pick up debris without noticing. One rider's story from Colorado stands out. A plastic grocery bag got wrapped under his fairing and caused his bike to overheat within minutes. So after every ride, especially in windy or wooded areas, do a quick visual check. That 30 seconds might prevent engine warping. Number 5. Replace your radiator cap if it's older than 3 years. This tiny piece of metal and rubber is holding back 15 psi of pressure. If it fails, your coolant boils at a lower temperature and your bike overheats even in mild conditions. A worn cap might look fine on the outside but fail internally. You won't know until it's too late. Most motorcycle techs recommend swapping your radiator cap every 3 years. It's cheap insurance, about the same price as a lunch, and it can save your entire system from pressure failure. One rider in Arizona had to replace his whole head gasket just because a cap gave out during a long uphill climb. Also, keep in mind, radiator caps come with different pressure ratings. If you replace yours, make sure it matches the OEM spec. Too low, and it'll vent prematurely. Too high, and you'll strain your hoses or gasket. And never open it while the engine's hot. Even seasoned riders get sprayed because they misjudge how much pressure is still in the system. A simple $10 cap can make the difference between a smooth ride and a blown motor. Number 6. Check and bleed air from the system after every coolant service. When air bubbles are trapped in your coolant lines, they create hot spots. These pockets don't circulate, and the surrounding metal overheats fast. After a coolant flush, always bleed the system properly. Some bikes have bleeder screws, others need to be tilted or rocked. Don't just fill the coolant and ride off. Airlocks are silent killers. They won't show symptoms until the damage is done. Even professionals forget this step, but your service manual will show exactly how to bleed air safely. One overlooked trick is to run the bike with the radiator cap off until the thermostat opens. Watch for big bubbles escaping. That's trapped air purging out. When you see only small bubbles or none at all, you're safe to seal it. This step might take 10 minutes, but skipping it can cost you a warped head or cracked cylinder. And if your bike has an overflow reservoir, make sure it's at the right level too. Air in that bottle means you still have a pressure issue. Number 7. Watch for subtle, overheating signs. Overheating doesn't always mean steam pouring out. Sometimes it's just a fan that's running longer than usual, or a temp gauge creeping slightly higher in stop-and-go traffic. Pay attention to patterns. If your bike feels hotter near your legs, or your idle gets unstable, it could be early signs of a cooling issue. One rider noticed his idle RPM kept climbing at traffic lights. Turns out his fan switch was failing, and his engine was boiling without warning lights. The sooner you catch these signs, the cheaper and easier the fix. Also look for coolant smell near the engine, especially sweet or metallic scents. That usually means a leak is heating up near the exhaust or block. Another clue? White residue near the radiator cap or hose clamps. That's dried coolant, and it points to pressure escaping somewhere. These small signals often go unnoticed until the damage is deep. Use your senses, temperature, smell, idle behavior. They're all early warning signs. Real quick, if this is helping you understand your bike better, hit that subscribe button. We break down safety tips, real fixes, and things riders never learn until it's too late. No fluff, just what you need. Let's get back to it. Number 8. Upgrade to a high-flow radiator or fan if you ride in heat often. This step isn't for everyone, but if you ride in hot cities or mountain highways, a high-flow radiator or upgraded fan makes a massive difference. These components push more air or coolant through your system without changing your riding style. They're especially useful for ADV or sport touring bikes stuck in slow traffic or long uphill pulls. Riders in Texas or Southeast Asia swear by these upgrades. It's not about power. It's about keeping your engine at a safe temp without stressing it. And the best part? These upgrades are plug-and-play for most bikes. High-performance fans use better motors, more efficient blades, and kick on sooner. Upgraded radiators have larger cores and better flow paths. They might cost a couple $100, but compared to an engine rebuild, that's nothing. Number 9. Inspect your cooling hoses like they're time bombs. Because in many ways, they are. Rubber coolant hoses get soft, brittle, or start swelling over time, especially when exposed to constant heat. And if one bursts while you're riding, you won't just lose coolant, you'll lose control. A rider in Malaysia learned this the hard way when his lower radiator hose ruptured mid-traffic. He slipped on his own coolant and wrecked the bike. So, run your hand along the hoses once a month. Feel for soft spots, bulges, or cracks near the clamps. If you squeeze them and they feel spongy or collapse too easily, replace them. Even a tiny pinhole can turn into a geyser when the pressure builds. Also inspect where hoses bend or clamp. Those stress points fail first. If your bike's over 5 years old and still running original hoses, swap them now. Silicone replacements last longer and handle heat better. Number 10. Don't sleep on the thermostat. The thermostat controls when coolant starts flowing through the radiator. If it gets stuck closed, your engine starts boiling before the radiator even kicks in. And if it gets stuck open, the bike can run too cold, hurting performance. Most riders never check it because it's tucked deep in the system, but it's one of the most vital parts. If your temperature fluctuates more than usual, like cold on the highway but hot in traffic, it might be a worn thermostat. Replace it every 4 to 5 years or sooner if your coolant temp behavior seems off. Number 11. Monitor your cooling fan and its switch religiously. This one's sneaky. The fan motor itself might work fine, but the switch that tells it when to turn on can fail without warning. That's what happened to a rider from Nevada. He thought his fan was working because it spun freely when he tested it. But on the road, it never kicked in, and his bike kept creeping toward redline. A simple switch replacement would have saved his entire top-end rebuild. After long rides, park your bike and listen. The fan should come on if the engine's hot. If it doesn't, test the fan and the switch. These parts are cheap and easy to replace, and when they work, they prevent thousands in damage.